Capricorn. February is going to put an emphasis on the things that are the closest to you and the things that you value the most. So Aquarius season is going to shine a light on your second house of money and material possessions, which probably suits you just fine. Then you're also going to have an emphasis on your third house of communication and ideas. So things in your immediate vicinity may start to get busy, or activities may definitely ramp up. There's also going to be a bit of good luck and good fortune, especially when it comes to home and family this month. However, there may be a curveball thrown your way, especially relating to an intimate partnership or a matter that revolves around shared resources, especially around the time of the full moon in Leo. So if you want to know more about what February has to offer, keep watching. You definitely don't want to miss this. What's up, Capricorn? As always, I hope that this video finds you well and in excellent spirits. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Mel, your new favorite astrologer, and I'm the founder of Divine Feminine Works, where I help people unlock their divinity and discover their magic. So if you are returning, as always, welcome back. This channel is everything tarot, astrology, spirituality, and manifestation. So if those are the things you like, if those are the things you love, if those are the things you want to learn more about, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so you'll always be notified when I come out with new content. All right, my love. So this is going to be the February 2023 monthly astro forecast for the sign of Capricorn rising. So just as a reminder, I do all of these videos by rising sign. Because I'm doing an astrology forecast, it has to be done by rising sign. So hopefully you are watching the right video. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, or you have no clue how to find out your rising sign, definitely check out the description box below. I'll have all the information you need to figure all of that out. All right, so without further ado, let's get into February. All right, so first and foremost, you have an emphasis on your second house of money and material possessions, especially while the sun is in Aquarius. Most importantly, this is going to be a time where you start focusing on the future. Then when the sun moves into Pisces, it's going to illuminate your third house of ideas, communication, and your immediate vicinity. So Pisces season may find you pretty busy. Busy as a bee, in fact, as activities in your immediate vicinity ramp up. Then there's going to be an emphasis on your fourth house of home and family. Venus and Jupiter will be linked up in there. So this is where your abundance lies in February. And then finally, that full moon in Leo is going to shine a light on your eighth house of intimacy and shared resources. Both of these things, intimacy and shared resources, are going to be highlighted in a way that asks you not only what do you really want, but who are you really? All right, so let's get into it and see what else we have for you for the month. So, of course, like I said before, we start off the month with an emphasis on your second house of money and material possessions. So like I said before, because Aquarius is a forward-looking sign, I feel like Aquarius season is going to be a time where you are planning for the future with respect to money. Now, you guys are definitely a sign that take money extremely seriously. You are all about your money, okay? However, what I love about Capricorn energy is that it's not just, you guys are willing to work for it. You guys are willing to put in the work and do what you need to do in order to secure the bag. And so I feel like that's exactly what you're going to be doing for Aquarius season. And I feel like because we're in the age of Aquarius and the rise of technology, I feel like you may be using some technological advances in order to secure the bag this month. Or you may be doing research or brainstorming with other people in terms of investments, stocks, anything having to do with money in the future. I feel like you're going to be talking to other people about it during Aquarius season. And again, preparing for the future, almost like you're putting your nest egg together so you can sit comfortably into the future. All right. Then there's also going to be an emphasis on your third house of ideas, communications, and your immediate vicinity. Now, anytime the sun is transiting our third house, it typically tends to be a very busy time. It's like a lot of communication, a lot of phone calls, conversations, a lot of one-to-one transactions, especially if you're doing things like business or sales. This may be a time when things are particularly busy. So Pisces season may be a time when you are particularly busy. Now, the best use of the energy during Pisces season is to be of service to others. Being of service to others is not only going to help them, but it's also going to make you feel good as well. Now, this could be doing a lot of community work, charity work in your particular community. Maybe you want to do something in your neighborhood, like volunteer your time or anything like that. Pisces season would definitely be the best time to do any of those activities. Now, Pisces season is also going to be jam-packed with a lot of cosmic activity because we've got 4 planets in the sign of Pisces this month. We have the sun, we have the new moon, we have Venus, and we have Neptune. So when it comes to the way that you communicate with people or even the way you think, I feel like February is going to be a month when you are very imaginative, where you're very much a visionary. And I feel like you speak hope, optimism, and healing onto other people this month, or maybe you will do those things. But regardless, I feel like the energy is at your disposal in February. And I feel like if you use it, it's actually going to make you feel really, really good. All right. And then next up, we have an emphasis on your 4th house of home and family. And like I said before, this is where your abundance lies, because Venus is going to start out in Pisces, but then she's going to make her way into Aries. And then when she makes her way into Aries, she's going to link up with Jupiter. Venus and Jupiter are the 2 benefic planets, meaning that they bestow positive energy upon us. So this is where your abundance lies this month. It may be with family, within your lineage. It may have to do with property or a home. All of these things are fair game for good luck, good fortune, and abundance. All right. So definitely look out for that this month. And then finally, there's going to be an emphasis on your 8th house of intimacy and shared resources, particularly around the time of the full moon in Leo. Now, I'm filming this shortly after the full moon, so it's past already, but that energy is still present right now, especially if you're watching this video at the beginning of February. So that full moon in Leo really highlighted what is in our hearts and how we identify ourselves. Now, being that this full moon is going down in your 8th house, I feel like it has to do with your intimate relationships. Now, are they truly aligned with your heart's desires? Are you being your authentic self? I feel like this particular topic is going to hit home for you guys because you guys don't tend to be the most emotional sign. You guys are very practical and down to earth. However, when it comes to vulnerability, when it comes to intimacy, we have to be vulnerable. And that requires us to be our authentic selves. So I feel like this full moon really shone a light on whether you've been your authentic self with the people that are closest to you, especially intimate partners. Do they know the real you? Are you afraid to really show who you really are and truly express yourself, to speak from your heart, or even to open your heart and let someone in? I feel like that full moon may have been quite the emotional experience for you. For some, I'm hearing that it may have broken your heart a bit. And if it did, I apologize because I know that that can be tough. But oftentimes we need our hearts to be broken so that they can be broken open. And a broken heart is really an opportunity for a new beginning. All right. So hopefully, if that's been the case for you, you've been able to, or you're working on sort of moving forward and having a new beginning where you can really express yourself and be vulnerable. All right. So that's really February in a nutshell for you, Capricorn. There's a part of it that's really Capricornian with that emphasis on home, with the emphasis on money. But then there's a bit of an emotional side to February that's really going to have you digging deep into your heart and maybe into some past wounds related to relationships. So again, that's pretty much February in a nutshell. All right. So now that we've gotten the astrology out of the way, let's get into the tarot and see what messages Spirit has for you for this month. All right. So let us start off with 3 oracle cards. All right, Spirit. So what do we have for Capricorn for February. I heard December. Something may have happened in December that has to do with what's going on this month. Let's pull some cards and see if that's the case. Okay. So first card we have out is 8th house. Yeah, that full moon really did a number on you. We've got 1st house. And we've got opposition. This has everything to do with being vulnerable and expressing yourself. And I feel like I'm hearing two different things. Number one, I'm feeling like some of you actually ventured out of your comfort zone and you decided to be vulnerable and express yourself, and it was met with opposition, especially by an intimate partner. Like, and I hear like it took them by surprise, like it caught them off guard. And their first response was to sort of put up a wall. For others of you, I'm feeling like you're feeling the urge to express yourself and be vulnerable, but you think it's going to be met with opposition. And so you're kind of hesitant in doing so. Either way, I feel like there either was some kind of confrontation or opposition, or that's what you feel like is going to happen. I feel like you either you butted heads with this person and there was a lot of hurt. I'm hearing two things. Number one, you guys have a lot of negative thoughts circulating in your head when it comes to expressing yourself and being vulnerable. Number two, you may have had a falling out with someone in December where there were hurtful words. Whatever this person said to you or you said to them, it cut really deeply. And now it's almost like neither of you want to be vulnerable because it just hurts too much. Okay, let's get some more cards, see what else we have. Okay. First card out is we have the 5 of Cups, sadness. Yeah, you're definitely hurt, and hurt in a very deep sort of way. Hurt in a way that likely triggered emotional wounds and trauma from the past. And then we have the World card. I like the presence of this card because it lets me know that that cycle is over. This hurt, this resistance, or this hesitation to be vulnerable, I feel like you've learned that that's not the way to go. Or you will soon learn that that's not the way to go. Some of you have been in a cycle of hurt and pain for a minute, for quite some time. And Spirit is like, well, that cycle is over now. Or is it? Have you learned your lesson? What have you learned about vulnerability? What have you learned about being your authentic self? Tell me what you've learned and I'll show you a new way. A new door will open to you. But if you're stuck on the past, if you want to wallow in that pain, you're just going to continue feeling and going through the same situations. Look at that. Look at the new door that's opening for you. Happiness. So you go from the 5 of Cups to the 10 of Cups. If you will heed the lessons that Spirit and that life have been trying to teach you, vulnerability is key to intimate relationships. But not just vulnerability, it's being your authentic self, expressing what is truly in your heart. For some of you, I'm hearing that some of you have been very emotionally detached. Like you may have had a partner that needed a lot of affirmation. They needed to hear that you love them. And you were like, but I do things for you. So why do I need to tell you that I love you? And they're just like, that's not it. That's not what I need. There's something about really tapping into your emotions this month that's damn near necessary, Cap. Okay. Look at this. Another cup. Ace of Cups. This could be a new relationship, an entirely new relationship, or it could be like sort of like you fixed the relationship that you're already in. It's a renewed sense of love and emotions. It's like this water. It's almost like the tears that you're crying are cleansing. They're cleansing this cup so that it can be refilled if you will allow it to be. Look, and then we have the sun. I love this spread for you, Capricorn. It's like after a period of sadness and regret and hurt, a new door is going to open to you where you have complete emotional satisfaction, positivity. For some of you, this could be a home situation. This could be a relationship with a family member, like parent-child, I'm hearing, where you feel like you didn't get the emotional support that you needed in your younger years or even recently, but you haven't spoken up and talked about it. You haven't been vulnerable. You haven't said what is on your heart. And I feel like that full moon in Leo really brought that to light. And in doing so, in being vulnerable, speaking from your heart, that's what opens the door to this immense positivity. A lot of cups here. We've got the 7 of Cups. So there's also this element of confusion. I feel like there's so many emotions that you haven't addressed. You're like, well, which one do I address first? Or you're not even sure how you feel. I think some quiet contemplation is going to help you with that. But you need to sort out how you feel first. Obviously, before you start speaking from your heart and talking about your emotions, you need to figure out what those emotions are, because I get the sense that there's a little bit of confusion there, or you're just feeling a lot right now. So some of you may be emotionally overwhelmed. You may feel like emotionally spent, depleted. Yeah. You've got the 2 of Wands. So the power is in your hands. You can change the tide of this relationship, whether it's family or romantic. You have the power to change it. And the action that you need to take is to figure out how you're feeling and then express that wholeheartedly and sincerely. And in doing so, it's going to open up a new door for you, one that feels really amazing. You can leave the pain, the hurt, the trauma, the regret, the rejection. You can leave all of that behind. You just have to come to terms with how you feel and express yourself. Doing so, again, is going to open up a whole new door for you. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the Devil. And this is the card of Capricorn. You may be feeling stuck. Again, I feel like you're stuck because you don't really know how you feel. You're feeling quite a lot of things, and you really need to take out the time to sort out your emotions. It may not be practical, right? Again, like I said before, you guys are very much concerned with money. You're concerned with work. You guys put in the work, right? But doing the mental and emotional work may not be something that comes naturally to you, nor may you think that it's practical, right? But I feel like at this time right now, you're being called to be a little impractical, and you're being called to really work on your emotions. As much effort as you put toward making money and securing the bag, you need to make sure that you're emotionally stable and secure. You need to put as much effort and emphasis into emotional work as you do physical and material work. Okay? All right, let's get 3 cards from this deck and see what else we have. 1, 2, 3. First card out we have is bad health. This is that emotional health I was just talking about. Your emotional health has not been the best. You're feeling a lot of emotions. You don't even know what you're feeling, but you're feeling hurt. You know that. What happens when you have bad health? You get healing. Okay? And healing may come in the form of speaking to other people. It may come in the form of speaking to like a therapist, speaking to someone who you know and trust. But you have to be vocal. You have to be expressive. You have to express how you are feeling. That is the only way for you to get better. Then we've got community. There is someone in your immediate vicinity who could really help you with this. I don't know if you have a therapist in your community, someone who's trusted in your community, like a pastor or just a friend, could even be a sibling. You need to talk to someone. You need to get these emotions out so you can start to sort them out. And then finally, we've got family room. For some of you, everything that I've been talking about, it plays out in your family. These could be deep familial wounds that you have when it comes to expressing yourself, when it comes to your basic emotional needs. It's time for you to get very serious. It's time for you to get very vulnerable about how you're feeling. And the first step with that is expressing how you feel. All right, let's close out this reading with one oracle card. We've got fences, which is boundaries. Some of you are gatekeeping your emotions, and that's kind of why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. It's time for you, especially during Pisces season, to let down your guard and seek the help that you so desperately want. Stop being so guarded. Stop being so gated. Stop gatekeeping your feelings. It's time to let it all out. You need to express how you feel so you can sort out how you feel. Talk to someone you trust. Express to the person who has hurt you how they have hurt you and how you feel. February is definitely a month for you to do some emotional healing work, Capricorn. It is vital because you don't want to go through another cycle feeling the same way that you're feeling, especially when a new cycle is right there. This new cycle is right there. The door is open. You just have to decide to walk through, but you have to address how you feel first. All right. All right, Capricorn. So that concludes your February 2023 monthly astro forecast. I sincerely hope that you were able to get at least one important message that you can use going forward into this month. All right. If you want to know more about my products and services, those links are going to be in the description box below. Thank you so much for tuning in. I wish you nothing but the best, the absolute best for February, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.